from loving bananas to being followers of evil. The Minions have stolen the show for over 10 years now, and with the recent release of Despicable Me 4, they have evolved bigger, badder, and have even more screws loose in their tiny heads. Although initially they were just the comedic relief, they now have become full characters with their own emotions, desires, and motivations. So let's get started and get into the evolution of Minions. The Minions were first seen as side characters in the 2010 movie Despicable Me, where they were part of Gru's team and played a supporting role in the story. In the movie, the Minions all seem to be one gender, basically a giant gang of crazy dudes. The main focus of the whole movie was on Gru's character development from a lonely grouch to the family guy we have today. It focused more on his relationship with his three little girls, Margot, Edith, and Agnes, whom he later adopts. The Minions were portrayed as loyal and obedient followers, carrying out Gru's evil plans without question. They were depicted as one-dimensional, comedic relief, with their main purpose being to entertain and aid Gru in his villainous pursuits. As side characters, they designed and built spaceships and made toys for Gru's adopted daughters. They babysit, they build rockets. If these guys knew how to wipe up a killer stew, I would have proposed. They completely transformed Agnes and Edith and transformed them into despicable mini-villains and assisted Gru in his attempts to steal the moon. And I mean that unironically, dude literally wanted to steal the moon. And these guys were like, sounds totally logical to me. They even helped Gru win his rivalry with Vector. The Minions' antics and activities in Despicable Me helped establish them as beloved and iconic characters in the franchise. After Despicable Me, they are next seen in the 2010 short film Home Makeover, which was released as part of the Despicable Me Blu-ray collection. The story basically starts with Margot receiving a call from Miss Hattie's Home for Girls, pretending to be Gru. A social worker was scheduled to visit the house to assess the safety for the girls while Gru was away. Panicked, Margot and her sisters enlist the help of the Minions to quickly clean up Gru's chaotic house before the social worker arrives. In this short film, the Minions, known for their love of chaos, surprisingly show great initiative and teamwork to help the girls prepare the house for the unexpected visit. This short film offers a fun and entertaining glimpse into the Despicable Me universe, showcasing the resourcefulness and teamwork of the Minions and the girls as they work together to achieve their goal. In another short film released in 2010 called Bananas, the Minions show an extreme love for fruit and one fruit in particular. And yes, you guessed it, bananas. I mean, these guys totally destroyed the lab chasing after one single banana. I would have totally got it if it was a peach or something. But yeah, along the line, we come to find out that Minions really like bananas. In the 2013 blockbuster Despicable Me 2, the Minions stole the show with their expanded roles and character development. The movie showcased the unique personalities of three standout Minions: Stuart, the one-eyed Minion, Bob the two-eyed one with two colors in his eyes, and Kevin the tall skinny one. Kevin and Stuart take on leadership roles while Gru is on his mission now working for the Anti-Villain League. While they continue to be the silly banana-loving goofballs that we know, we get to see a more emotional side of the Minions. They display genuine loyalty and concern for Gru and the girls. El Macho, a supervillain with the help of Dr. Nefario, kidnaps most of the Minions and uses a powerful mutagen to turn them into indestructible and savage beasts with purple bodies, long arms, and frizzy hair. But then Dr. Nefario thought, maybe the Minions were more fun as yellow engineers rather than purple scavengers with the worst haircuts ever. He then helps the girls to create an antidote to reverse the mutation after realizing El Macho had gone too far. With the help of the remaining Minions, they work together to find Gru and the others to cure them. The Minions return to their normal form and continue to serve Gru. They played a crucial role in the final battle, helping to defeat El Macho and save the day. And of course assist Dr. Nefario with the fart of death. In the charming animated short film Puppy, released in 2013, a Minion observes people strolling with their puppies and decides he wants a pet of his own. In a bizarre twist, he stumbles upon an alien spaceship and mistakes it for a puppy, adopting it as his new furry friend. You know, like when you see those tiny floor vacuum cleaners and mistake them for a cat? Happens to everyone. Chaos quickly ensues as the Minion tries to care for the puppy, with adorable and chaotic results. Still in 2013, a short movie, Panic in the Mailroom, starring Minions Mike and Ken, was released. In a mailroom, two Minions, Mike and Ken, were working hard, doing what Minions do. Ken, feeling restless and bored, makes a reckless decision to dispose of a box containing expired PX-41 samples through a designated chute. Unfortunately, the box becomes lodged, causing a jam. When Mike attempts to retrieve the box, it unexpectedly explodes, releasing the serum. The serum transforms Mike, turning him into a wild purple minion. And then, he basically tries to K-word everyone in the room. No biggie. It was a lighthearted, ridiculous little short and a perfect addition to the Minions universe. The last of the Minions franchise short movie was an adorable film released in 2013, which featured the three sisters from Despicable Me, Agnes, Edith, and Margot, called Training Wheels. They take on the challenge of teaching the lovable but hapless Minions how to ride bikes. Now, personally, I wouldn't try to teach the Minions anything. Too many, too loud. But these girls are good people, so they tried to take on the challenge. Despite their best efforts, the Minions' natural clumsiness and playful antics lead to a comical series of mishaps, tumbles, and crashes, resulting in a humorous and lighthearted but rather unproductive adventure. By 2015, the movie Minions, a spin-off which was based solely on the origin and lives of the Minions, was released. The Minions had become incredibly popular and beloved in the Despicable Me universe. And you know what big companies like to do when they find a character they can milk for money? Hey, let's make a movie. The movie allowed for an expansion of the Despicable Me universe, exploring the Minions' backstory and history and delving deeper into their lovable and hilarious world, creating a unique and entertaining experience for audiences. In this movie, we see them multiply through a process called minionification, which is not fully understood, but two Minions merge, form an egg, and a new Minion hatches from the egg. Weird flex, I know. The movie explored the Minions' origins, showing how they evolved from single-celled organisms to become the beloved yellow creatures we know today. It shows how they evolved over the ages, but one thing stayed consistent: their desire to serve an evil mastermind. They constantly set out to find a new leader, and they found their first master, Scarlet Overkill. She was a villainous character who became their new leader and took them on the crazy adventure their tiny little yellow hearts so desperately desired. In the movie, Kevin, Stuart, and Bob take center stage, showcasing their unique personalities and skills. They get caught up in Scarlet's villainous plans, which leads to an exciting and action-packed sequence. In this movie, we see how the Minions take action and discover that they are way more complete, skilled, and intelligent than we originally thought. So they aren't just banana-loving morons. Who knew? The small Minion Bob even somehow became the King of England somehow. At the end of the movie, Gru even made a cameo appearance as his younger self, connecting the Minions movie to the larger franchise. In the delightful short film Minion Competition, released in 2015, our beloved trio of Minions, Kevin, Stuart, and Bob, eagerly fight for the attention of their female counterpart, Sally. I mean, I would have fought if I finally ran into a girl after my entire life has been one big sausage fest. Driven by their desire to impress her, they participate in a series of lighthearted challenges, including juggling, baking, and karate. You know, the basic stuff we all do to impress girls. In another short film released in 2015, set in the Stone Age, two Minions attempt to look after a Neanderthal baby while its dad goes out to hunt for food. However, they soon discover that the job is not as easy as it looks. The Stone Age was pretty tough. But in their usual chaotic way, they find solutions and scale through. In Mower Minions, released in 2017, the Minions need to raise $20 to purchase an as-seen on TV banana blender. I mean, I totally get them. $20 in this economy is kinda crazy. Our ever-so-resourceful yellow friends, however, scale through this massive financial challenge by taking up lawn mowing at an old folks' home. Minions and old people, not a good mix. In Despicable Me 3, the Minions face a dilemma. Gru has become a hero, but they're still villains at heart. Don't you just hate when your boss changes for the better and you still want to frick shit up? This conflict leads to some pretty funny and touching moments as they try to adjust. Led by Mel, they leave Gru to find new work, but their attempts end in chaos. They accidentally crash into a TV studio, get sent to jail, and then escape to reunite with Gru. In the end, they make amends with Gru and help Gru defeat his rival, Balthazar Brat. The Minions then steal Gru's high-tech plane, led by Drew, and take off. Gru and Lucy let them get a head start before chasing after them. In 2022, the movie Minions: The Rise of Gru, starring a younger version of Gru, was released. After the Minions accidentally kill their former boss, Scarlet Overkill, and her husband Herb, causal mistakes, they set out to find a new villain to serve, which leads them to Gru. They help Gru steal the Zodiac Stone and foil the plans of the villainous organization, the Vicious Six. They also assist Gru in his training to become a supervillain and ultimately form a bond with Gru, becoming his loyal followers. The Minions' actions in the movie showcase their loyalty, humor, and ability to contribute to Gru's growth as a supervillain. Over the years, we saw the Minions go from silly little yellow guys to finding out their interesting history and even seeing how they met Gru. I've got to say, watching the Minion character evolve over the years has been quite exciting. And now in Despicable Me 4 Inches, the latest addition to the franchise, which is hitting the cinemas on the 3rd of July, 5 Minions named Dave, Gus, Tim, Mel, and Jerry are selected for an experiment by Silas Ramsbottom, turning them into Mega Minions. Dave's size is increased, standing almost double the height of a regular minion and gaining superhuman strength. Gus gets a cone-shaped head, wears a cape, and has the power to fly. Tim gains the power to stretch his body to great lengths. Mel's appearance remains pretty much the same, except for the laser coming from his goggles that is powerful enough to burn a hole through the earth, and Jerry's body turns spherical with a rock-like texture. He is supposedly super strong like Dave, but he can also chomp through tough materials like brick and metal. In the newest addition to the Despicable Me franchise, Gru, Lucy, and their girls welcome a new member to the Gru family, Gru Jr., who is intent on tormenting his dad. Gru faces a new nemesis in Maxime Lamal, voiced by Will Ferrell, and his femme fatale girlfriend, Valentina, voiced by Sofia Vergara, and the family is forced to go on the run. The sneak peeks and previews for the latest installment in the franchise have left me really excited. The new addition is shaping up to be a game changer, surpassing the others in every way. We can barely contain our excitement to see it in its entirety. That's all for now. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I know you didn't just watch this entire video without subscribing, though. Now that would be rude. Don't forget to tell us your favorite Minion moment, and subscribe to the channel.